welcome to the REBUILD channel. This is Thabo, and let's continue with the next episode of Small Steps. And today I just want us to focus on our nervous system, why we find ourselves keep going back to our old habits, and why do we find ourselves getting stuck over and over again. The problem most of the time is not discipline. No. You find that you have discipline, you find that you have all of those things that are required for you to take the small steps, but you find yourself having to go back and finding that your nervous system doesn't get altered in a way, and it doesn't feel safe that of the new changes or of the new steps that you're putting in. And when your nervous system is not feeling safe as yet, you will keep going round in circles and round in circles. And today I thought that maybe we can talk about that, and I hope this will be beneficial to you and you will put it into practice. If you've been trying to change your life and nothing seems to stick, I just want you to hear this carefully. Just pay attention and hear this carefully. This issue is not your willpower. No, you do have willpower. You do want to change. You're putting in the steps, you're putting in the programs that are saying, I want to change. But sometimes you think that it's your willpower that's failing you. No, it's not even your faith. It's not even the fact that you don't want it badly enough. A lot of people, a lot of motivational speakers will tell you that you gotta want it enough, you gotta want it bad enough, for you to be able to change. You gotta be able to reach that high, for you to be able to change. Yeah, it does work for a moment, or for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It does work, 100%. I've used that same motivation to actually change my life. And I'm not going to come here and say to you, no, it doesn't work. No, it does work, but it works for a certain time. It works for a certain time. Your nervous system might be in survival mode. That's why you find yourself having to go back each and every time. And you find yourself that you cannot build a new life from a place of survival, because survival says, okay, we're just going to survive this day, and that's it. We're just going to survive this day. We don't have to be thriving. We don't have to be prospering. You are basically not in flow, and that is caused by your nervous system. And today I want to explain small simple steps that has worked for me. Just small simple steps. And those steps are not only spiritually, but they're also biologically and psychologically. You know what I mean? Because everything, it starts with spiritual. And everything that is spiritual then manifests itself into the 3D reality that we live in. And in order for us to be able to survive in 3D reality, we need our biology. Yeah, our biology. And we also need our psychology, our psyche. We need to be in a place whereby those three things are aligned. Those three things have to be aligned. When you are in survival mode, we basically are on these 4 steps or four modes, if I can say that are keeping us stuck. We have fight, flight, freeze, and frown. And I just want to explain them just bit by bit, and so for your benefit, so that we can all understand what does flight mean. When your body or when your nervous system is on a flight mode. And flight mode, it doesn't mean aggression. It doesn't mean aggression. Sometimes this is how it looks: being easily irritated. Someone just does something, you just burst and you are easily irritated. Small things, they irritate you. When you see someone doing something that has nothing to do with you, even at times, you just find yourself being irritated. You just find yourself being easily irritated. And you're always arguing with people. You always find things that are wrong in what people are doing. And you find yourself being in arguments with them, and you always want to be right. When your point of view matters, no matter who says what, even if the facts are in front of you, you go like, but I'm still sticking to my guns. And you can see that these guns of yours are firing incorrectly, but you keep staying there. You keep being there. You want to be right and you always feel angry when you're cornered. You feel like this is my survival mode. I need to build up a wall, and you get angry to protect yourself when you're cornered. And only to find out that cornering is just trying to make you aware of this fight mode that you're in. And fighting is your body basically saying, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. So I have to protect myself. That's flight mode. Then we have the next F, which is flight. Flight is not running away physically. It's not being on that flight and then you running away. No. It's actually escaping emotionally. Physically you are there, but emotionally you are not available. Emotionally you are not available in that present moment. You've taken that flight, gone emotionally. There's a song that says, your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. That's exactly what flight mode is. You always saying you're busy all the time. You're busy. I'm busy. But we don't even see what you're busy with. And even yourself, after you retire at night and you think about your day, you go like, oh, what was I busy with today? Why am I so tired? And when you look back, you find that I wasn't busy. I was just on flight mode. Or when you're on flight mode on your phone still works. It still looks like it's working, but it's not available. Nobody can reach you. Nobody can be in contact with you because you are on the flight mode. And though your system is working or your phone is working, but you are not connected with reality. You are not connected with where you are. Nobody can get hold of you. You are always overworking. Every time when they say at work, overtime, you raise your hand. You are the first one. Every time when someone says, hey man, come help me with this, you rush there because you are on flight mode. You are on flight survival mode. You are avoiding hard conversations. Hard conversations are not your thing. You always make sure that you deviate. You always make sure that you escape those hard conversations with a joke or with an insult, knowing that if I say this, definitely this is going to turn off the other person. And they will see, I don't have to be in this conversation. I don't have to be taking responsibility or facing this hard conversation. But hard conversations are actually the ones that make us grow. Constantly distracting yourself. You're always scrolling, not wanting to sit down and be still. You're always scrolling. You're always distracting yourself most of the time, even at times with company. And you know that these people, I don't need them right here at the moment. I just need to be alone. You get yourself distracted with sex, having sex with a lot of people and whatnot. And believe you me, I have been in all of these modes. And I would wonder, I am putting in so much effort in changing my life, but I keep going back. And I don't know why. There's that song that says, I don't know why I keep coming back to you. And I actually like that song, because of it speaks a lot about us, that you have made a decision, you've seen that this thing is not working out for me, but you keep running back to it. Why? Because of your on flight mode. And you just want a distraction that is going to validate the decisions that you have taken to say, I'm going to stay here. And you tell yourself that, no, you know what? All that I have to do is just to keep moving. Because that's what flight mode is. That's what flight mode says. To say, I just have to keep moving. And I don't need to feel. I don't have to feel. And you've blocked out yourself emotionally. And your nervous system is not able to feel, to move as it's supposed to be. And then the third mode is freeze. Freeze mode is when we want to move forward, but you find yourself that you can't. You just can't. And you ask yourself, why am I not able to move forward? Have they bewitched me? Or what's happening? And this is where a lot of us try to find answers outside of ourselves. Because we think that this freezing moment, it has to do with someone that has done black magic on you. But when you look at it, you find that, no, man, this freeze mode is me always procrastinating. No, I'll see it tomorrow. No, I'll start again on Monday. It's the 1st of January. You're like, no, let me wait for the 5th. Because right now, I'm still getting myself ready. I'm still feeling this year. I'm still getting myself familiarized with how 2026 is actually going to be. And you're like, no, I'll start on the 5th. The 5th come, and you're like, no, man, it's still first week. I'll start on the 2nd week of January. That is you procrastinating on putting in those small steps. You always feeling stuck, man. Everything that you want to do, it feels stuck. You just can't find that rhythm for you to be able to move forward. Whatever that you do, when you look left, it's just a stumbling block. When you look in the center, it's just a stumbling block. When you look right, it's just another stumbling block. Everything is stuck. Everything doesn't seem like it's happening. You're reading books, you're doing what? You're going to church, you're praying and all of that. But everything, it just seems like it's stuck. And you're scrolling. The scrolling, it's a real challenge. And I'm not gonna be here with you and say, no, I don't face that challenge. Scrolling is a challenge. Even before I started talking about this right now, I was scrolling for like 30 minutes, procrastinating also. To say, what am I gonna talk about here? It happens to all of us. We find ourselves in that freezing moment whereby we just want that comfortability, that comfort. And you know what? We actually know what we have to do when we are in the freezing moment. We know what we have to do, but we just don't have the energy to do that. We just don't have the energy to do that. And freezing says to you, you know what? This feels too much. I'm just shutting down. And that little energy that you had when you're supposed to start here, it then goes to empty, then you are empty, and then you shut down. And then the last one is fawn. And this state or this mode is the one that a lot of us don't talk about enough. We don't talk about it enough. We actually think that it is natural. You know what I mean? We actually think that it's natural. It's natural for us to always be pleasing people, to always want to please people. I will do it only if it's going to please people. This is where we are concerned about the likes. This is where we are concerned about the views. And you don't think that, because of the last one or whatever material that I was working on, because it didn't get enough traction, then you feel that, no, people are not pleased with what I'm doing. And you find yourself that you're always saying yes. But deep down, you know that, you know what? I actually resent this yes. I actually don't want to do this. I actually don't want to go there. Yes, I know you invited me, but I don't want to go there. Yes, I know you asked me of this favor, but I don't want to go there. I don't have enough capacity to be helping you. I actually need to help myself with this. But we find that we always say yes because of we have that thing, that pleasing people thing, that pleasing people syndrome at whatever cost. Even if you know that at the end of the day, you're actually going to dislike yourself, you're actually going to resent yourself. And you resenting yourself then also dominoes to resenting the other person that you said yes to. And you avoid conflict at all cost. All cost, you avoid conflict, even though that conflict is actually going to work for you. Even though you know that, you know what, this is maybe one of the steps that I have to take in order for me to be free. I have to be free from here. And maybe it will take conflict for me to get out of here. But no, you prefer that you'd rather lose yourself in relationships. You'd rather quiet your voice. You'd rather quiet even your brilliance in relationships. Just to say, you know what? Fawn says, I must always keep everyone happy. And if everyone is happy, then I'll be safe. Then I'll be safe. But I have to say to you, you know, I want you to have this clarity, to know that these are not personality flaws. These are protection strategies. These are strategies that you have learned over time to protect yourself. And you didn't choose them. You didn't choose them. You didn't go out and say, hey, I want to always be on fawn modes. No, you didn't choose those. You didn't choose those. Your nervous system learned them to survive. And this is why big goals don't work when you are healing. No, when you are on body survival mode, they don't work. Because your body survival mode doesn't respond to pressure. It doesn't. It responds to safety. As soon as your body, your nervous system feels safe, you'll find yourself responding well to the changes, to the small steps that you're putting in. And this is why small steps work, because they communicate with your nervous system. They tell your system to say, we are okay now. It is safe for us to go to the next step. This step that we are trying to take, it might feel foreign to us right now, but it is safe for us to move on. It is safe for us to move on. And once you do that, you will then feel seen. You will stop blaming. You will stay watching, watching your life, watching the next step that you need to take every time. But if your nervous system is on flight, fight, freeze, and fawn mode, you will never be able to take the second step, basically. And when you recognize all the things that we just spoke about right now, then your nervous system you are able to tell your nervous system, you are able to communicate with your nervous system to say, man, it's good now. We are okay now. And normally, when we've been hurt, when we've been betrayed, when we have been overwhelmed for a long time, your body learns to stay alert. It learns to stay alert. And that's not weakness. That's protection. It has learned to protect itself. And your body will always resist change because it's on survival mode. Even if the change is good for you. Even if the change is good for you. So once you've recognized that and you have told your body to say, it's now safe, we can go on, we can change, then the next step becomes possible for you. And not only possible, it becomes consistent for you, you know. And when our nervous system is not healed in a way, the goals that we have, they actually backfire, because your big goals then end up feeling like they are a threat. It's dangerous there. It's dangerous. And threat equals shutdown. Then you shut down. Yes, the goal is still there. It's still in your memory, but it is shut down. And every time you see someone doing exactly what you were supposed to be doing, or what your body has shut down, you get to be reminded to say, oh, by the way, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then you go back and you get irritated and you get angry, you know. And shutting down, it equals procrastination, fatigue, self-sabotage. You're saying, no, I know that I'm supposed to be doing this today. I said I'm going to do this today. But you find yourself now procrastinating. You find yourself being fatigued. And then you self-sabotage. Because your nervous system doesn't hear New Year's resolutions. No, it doesn't hear that. It doesn't hear, I'm going to put in one step at a time in order for me to change this habit, in order for me to change my life. All it hears is danger. Danger. No, Thabo, that's dangerous there. It's dangerous there. And this is why we also get ourselves in positions whereby we've bought programs that we know are going to change our lives, that we know that are going to improve our lives and improve every areas of our lives. And we find ourselves ghosting those programs. Even though you've had testimonies, you have motivated when you bought that program. But you find yourself, no, I can't do this. Your body has shut down. Motivation is gone. Motivation is gone because of you couldn't sustain that momentum of motivation. You know, you didn't want to move on from that motivation to say, I'm motivated to do this. I'm going to take one step at a time. And I'm going to make sure that I keep the momentum going. I'm going to make sure that I have the dream that I'm working on visible all the time in front of me. And we always say, no, I'll start on Monday. I'll start on Monday. I'll see what happens on Monday. I can't do it today. I don't feel like it today. Your resistance is not rebellion. It's not. You're not rebelling. You're not rebelling. But it's fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of saying, I don't know where is this going to take me. Is it safe where this is going to take me? Yes, I bought this thing knowing that it's going to work for me. And I've seen for people what it has done for them. Yes, people keep saying in order for their lives to change, these are the things that they did. And they became consistent with each and every step that they were prescribed to take. But no, I'm scared. Will it work for me? Will this change work for me? And then you think that you are not enough. You think that it has its own people. Some time ago, when I was working on my change and I had developed a habit of listening to tapes or listening to videos and YouTube when I'm driving, right? So I turned my car into school, basically, learning new stuff, hearing new information that I wasn't used to, wanting to learn more things about this change that I want in my life. And I was driving with a friend of mine. I had actually picked them up. And now I had developed this thing that says, it's my car, I'm going to do what I do in my car. If you don't like it, it's okay. Maybe let's use your car. Or let's drive in different cars. Maybe it sounds arrogant, but that's where I am, with always wanting to make every drive a teachable moment. And he gets in the car and he's like, yo, I know. These things that you're listening to, they don't work for us, black people. These are white people things. These are things that are not for us. Put on some music. And then I'm like to him, no, I'm not putting in some music. Because that was a very important step for me to say, I am going to do this each and every time when I drive. And we find ourselves not wanting to take those steps in front of other people. But guess what? We took that 1 hour drive together and we were listening to that. And he became okay. Actually, when we got back, he texted me and he was like, thank you. I actually needed those lessons that we were listening to. Be consistent with your small steps. And this is why small steps create safety. Because they are predictable. And predictable equals safety. Safety equals capacity. And when you have capacity, you then are able to grow. Because small steps tell your body that we are okay. We are not under attack. And even when someone comes from the outside, because of you've built capacity, you are now able to say, no, we are okay. We are okay. We just have to communicate our small steps. We just have to communicate to other people to say, man, look, I don't find you, whatever that you say in your opinion, as an attack to me. I just find it as a teachable moment for you and for me. I'm just trying to learn how to do things differently. And this is the path that I'm taking. But you can only do that once you have grown, once you have capacity. And even the people around you, they will see it. They will see it. Because you've made it to feel natural. That look, we're in a nervous system. We are okay. We are safe. We are not under attack. We don't need to protect ourselves. You can create small capacity, right? You can create small steps by doing simple things. Simple things like drinking water. Drinking water every chance you get. It's good for your body. It nourishes your body. And small steps, they look like just taking a 5-minute walk. Doesn't have to be an hour's walk if you're starting. Just a 5 minutes walk. Believe you me, you're training your nervous system to say, for it to wake up, to say, oh, it's safe. We did it for 5 minutes. Oh. When you come back after 5 minutes, it goes like, oh, that was scary. That was scary. But it was nice. But you've done it just for 5 minutes. To awaken it, to awaken your body. To say, hey, this is what we're doing now. And we're just going to take it one step at a time. We're just going to move just for 5 minutes in order for us to get used to this. And small steps look like writing just one sentence. Just one sentence. Not the whole book. Just one sentence. And that one sentence each and every day, it will compound to be a paragraph. And with no time, you will find yourself, I have actually filled out this book. And these sentences, these thoughts, I can actually turn them into an idea of a book about my life, about how I started my change. And also the small steps, they look like talking to God. One prayer at a time, one honest prayer at a time. Not putting in the camouflage to say, God, I'm okay. You know what I need. No, but having one conversation, one honest conversation at a time. Because each and every small step builds trust with yourself. It builds trust with your nervous system to say, okay, this person didn't just throw me in the dungeon. No, we went there together and we came back and we are okay. And doing that, it helps you to now trust yourself, to say, man, I know that these are the small steps that I have been putting in, but I know that, you know what, even God himself, after creation, after his creation moment, he took the seventh day to retreat and to rest. Jesus always withdrew from his disciples to go at his own corner, wherever, to find stillness, to find alignment, so that his spirituality can take him to the next level. He can go to the next level spiritually, so that his physical body can be aligned with the spiritual person that he was. And his psyche can also align with the body, and they become one. I don't have a third hand. And they become one. The faith of a mustard seed. It's such a small thing. Such a small thing. But it produces a lot. Remember that prayer, the Lord's Prayer? Give us our daily bread. Those are small steps. Give me what I have capacity for today, for just today. And that might be that small step. You don't need to take 100 steps. No, you don't. One step will build up to that 100 step. Give us our daily bread. You don't need provision for the whole month. You just need provision for just one day. Just one day. Daily bread. Give me the capacity. That capacity for today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Have that mentality. Because when you have that mentality, then you are able to live in a moment. You are able to recognize the blessing of the moment. You are able to live in one of the blessings or one of the answered prayers that you had prayed 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 2 days ago. And those answers are built in the present moment, right now, right here, right now. But we are more concerned about the 1,000 steps. Will I be able to have capacity to go 1,000 steps? It's just one step, one change, one choice at a time. God doesn't rush. He doesn't. He works in rhythm. Look at everything around us. It's only humans that want rush things. It's only humans that keep creating these instant things. We now have things like instant pop. You pour it in hot water, you can dish it up right now. Because we don't want to wait. 2-minute noodles, we don't want to wait. Those foods that you buy at that shop that starts with W and it's black. Just buy and then put it on the microwave. We don't want to wait. We don't want natural things anymore. We want instant success. We want instant food. We want instant gravitation. We want instant results right now. You start a business right now, you want to be profitable right now. And if a week passes without being profitable and you're running at a loss, we leave. You want your change right now. And you've forgotten that for you to get to where you are, it took a number of years to get to the state that you are right now. And you just want to say, no, I'm going to buy sessions with Rebuild with Thabo. And if by the second session, I don't see 100% change, I'm leaving this and I'm demanding my refund. But you forgot that those habits, you added them one day at a time. Boom, 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 boom. That heartbreak, you added it one day at a time. I mean, go right now to your sink. Take juice, even if it's juice or wine, pour it in a glass, fill the glass, and go to the tap. Open the water. Open water there. And just see. Don't spill it out to the drain same time. Just open water and just see how long does it take for water to just occupy that glass. It takes some time. And that's exactly how our healing progress or process has to go. Quick things are never sustainable. And we need God's grace. We need God's grace. Because grace doesn't override your humanity. It doesn't. It works through it. And we need that grace. Always. You know, at Rebuild, right? We don't start with goals and big goals and all of that. No. We start establishing stability. We start with stability. And I think that's why it has worked so much for a lot of people. Because you don't go there. When you come into the program, we don't say to you, set your goals. No. We start with stability. And stability looks like releasing the past, letting go of the disappointment, letting go of the part that you played, letting go of the responses that you had with your ex when he or she did this, when they didn't do this that you expected, how life has turned out to what it is right now. You know, creating stability by letting go of the past and being okay with where you are, how your choices have resulted in what your life is right now. And yes, it's a lot of work. It requires you to put in the work. It might sound easy when I say releasing the past. It's not. And it doesn't mean that when Thabo was able to do it, to release the past in 2 weeks' time, whilst doing this program, then Zodwa is going to be able to release the past in 2 weeks' time also. No, it's a process. It depends on you, on the work that you're putting in. It depends on you, on how your nervous system feels, whether it's ready or not. And after you release the past, we then take you through another step where you establish safety. You establish safety to say, okay, now it's safe for me to move to the next step. The next step being building capacity. Because you can't build capacity on a fragmented foundation or on a foundation that has cracks, on a foundation that is shaking. You know, once the truck passes, then your house goes, it moves. We don't rebuild your life like that. We don't help you to rebuild your life like that. You build capacity. You build those columns when you're building foundation. You insert those pillars that are going to balance the structure that we're trying to build. We dig deeper to make sure that the foundation is stable. A client of mine the other day asked me, how long is this going to take? We're always going deep and deep and deep and deep and deep and deep. And I asked her this simple question. Is us going deeper not making you realize other things and healing each and every time when we go deeper? And she was like, yeah, it takes me there. The reason why I'm asking is because I'm scared of what else have I been hiding behind. I'm like, we take it one step at a time for you to feel safe to go to the next step, to go to the next step. And once we've built capacity, then the vision comes. Then you are able to see on this foundation that you've been laying, to say, oh, this is where the bedroom is going to be. Oh, this is where the kitchen is going to be. This is where the garage is going to be. This is where the entertainment area is going to be, and all of that. But you can never have the vision once you've released the past. Once you've established safety. Is this ground that I'm building on safe? Have geologists made a research about this land? Have I employed engineers to come and inspect this land and to come and inspect this foundation that I'm trying to build? And this is you going deeper every time so that the vision can come. Because you don't design your future whilst your foundation is shaking. And once we've worked on that foundation, then everything else just comes together nicely. You know, when they build a skyscraper, you see these people where the skyscraper is going to be. You see trucks moving in and moving out. You see people coming in, but you don't know where do they end up. All you just see is just trucks coming in to take the soil, going to dump it somewhere. That's all you see for about 10 months or even a year. That's all you see. And you're asking yourself, what are these people building? What are these people doing? You ask yourself that. And once the foundation is stable and the foundation is done, 2 months, then you see this building going up. 6 months, now they have 20 floors. In a year, oh, now they have 100 floors. Oh my God. These people, what were they doing? No, they were preparing the foundation. And it takes longer to prepare the foundation. And it takes more of you to build a foundation. I have an architect friend, and every time when we talk about buildings, me and him, every time when I see him and I just want to see the projects that he's working on, and he would tell me, bruh, the most expensive thing that you have to budget for when you build is the foundation. Because we can give you an estimate only to find that when we go deeper, there are things that we didn't expect to find there. And the soil has to be rehabilitated and all of that. My sister was telling me the same thing with the house that she's about to complete now. She said, Thabo, we spend a lot of money and a lot of time on the foundation. I don't know how many tons of concrete were delivered there. But you don't want to rebuild for temporary. No. You want to rebuild for a lifetime. You want to rebuild for a lifetime. And small steps, they help us to rebuild. And to rebuild from a strong foundation, not a shaky foundation. I just want you to notice and just ask yourself this question. You can write it down. You can pause this video and write it down and ask yourself this question, these two questions. Where do I feel tension when I think about changing? What am I avoiding? Even though I know this is good for me, I definitely know that making this adjustment or making this change is good for me, but I'm just avoiding it. You know it. But think about it. Write it down on your journal. Write it down on your journal. And that's not laziness. It's not. That's information, because your body is the one that's talking. It's talking. It's telling you to say, work on this for me. Are you listening? Or are you just avoiding? You're going to be avoidant for some time. Think about it. Think about those questions. And your body will tell you. And you have to listen to it. You have to listen to your body. And remember, man, small steps are not a downgrade. They are not. A lot of people think that they are a downgrade. They are not a downgrade. They are a regulation tool that you need to regulate your nervous system, to move your nervous system from thinking that everything is danger to that safety. Because when your nervous system feels safe, your discipline returns naturally. It returns to you. And you know, the reason why we created this channel, and it exists because we want to help you to rebuild properly. We've seen a lot of programs that just are offering quick fixes and not going to the root cause. We've seen programs that will just give you tools just to sustain you, just to put a bandage on the wound, just to give you coping mechanisms. But here at Rebuild, we don't do that. We go deep. We want your nervous system to feel safe. We want your rebuild to be for a lifetime. We don't want you to force yourself. We don't want you to burn out. No. That's not why we're here. We're not here to force any burnout. No, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve a burnout. You deserve to rebuild safely and properly. Properly. So that even when people walk past you, they can see that, no, man, there's something different about this person. There's something different about this person. Man, thank you so much for spending time with us here at Rebuild with Thabo, and welcome back. Welcome back to this channel, to Rebuild with Thabo. And if you found that this video has been life-changing for you or just waking you up, man, please hit that subscribe button. Comment safety if you feel that this has helped you to realize that in order for you to move forward, you need to be safe first. Just comment safety. And share this video with someone that you know that they are stuck, or that you feel that they are stuck. Remember, one step at a time. One step at a time. You don't need to be taking 300 steps. That one step will accumulate to 365 steps that you put in a year. Don't be pressured to take a lot of steps. Enjoy your day, and thank you for tuning in today. This is Rebuild with Thabo. We'll see you on the next video. If this video helped you, even just a little, I want you to know, man, that you don't need to walk this journey alone. You don't have to. Rebuilding after divorce doesn't happen overnight. It happens step by step. Subscribe to this channel if you want support, if you want clarity, and if you want guidance. If you want guidance as you rebuild your life. Because you're gonna need to rebuild your life properly. And if you're ready to take a little step further, I've created a free guide that is called 6 Simple Steps to Recover from Divorce. You can download it using your phone, using your laptop, using all digits that we have at our exposure, right? You can just download it right now by going to www.rebuildwiththabo.com. The link will be on the bio. Go there. Just put in your email address, free of charge. We will email it through to you. will email you the 6 simple steps to rebuild your life. And remember, man, there's no pressure. No pressure, whatever. Do what you must with it. It's your free gift. And just remember, that is your place to start. That's your place to start. Man, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Be there for yourself. Show up for yourself. And I'll catch you on the next video.